The Demon Slayer anime gives the watcher a meager amount of information on Kyjuro Rengoku, at least at this point, which is about a couple days or so before the official release of the second season. Even with that short time frame, I'm pretty sure that these details and points that I'm about to explain will still stand. I have to say, Rengoku is by far one of my favorite anime characters, and that's not just because the guy's a complete badass or he's all happy all the time. It's really because of how his story was told. And before I get into this video, obviously there's going to be spoilers, so if you aren't up to speed, I really don't know what to tell you, man. You should probably go watch it if you care, and if not, well, I hope you enjoy. First, we have to talk about why Rengoku is removed from the story and why that plays an important part for the rest of the Demon Slayer saga. So, Rengoku was a character that seemed to have the best impression of things. He was always in a good and affirmative attitude. He seemed to have everything in his life figured out. I don't know whether that was actually the case or if it was just his ambitious attitude keeping him going. But because of this and because of how he acted, it seemed as though he had no great ambitions, and every day of his life was almost the same as the last. We can tell from the flashbacks that we were given, in which he explains to his father that he had become a Hashira, and telling his brother that he could accomplish anything. We know that his values are quite strong, and they don't change much. Even after the response that his father gives him, he still remains strong and true to what he believes. The way I see it, Rengoku's only goal was to become a Hashira and protect those who needed it. You can tell by the way he lived, there was nothing stopping him from doing whatever he could to take down demons. Knowing all this information, keeping Rengoku in the story would be including a character that wouldn't change or wouldn't have any great aspirations. And having a character like that is untraditional in the same sense that it's pointless. You don't really tell a story about someone who has the same life day to day. I'm not saying Rengoku's life wouldn't change if he had been continued in the story, but it seemed as though, like I said before, he had gotten almost everything that he wanted, and the few things that remain would be fighting demons, which is the whole point of the story, so he didn't have a separate goal from everyone else. Fighting demons is a collective goal. However, with the absence of Rengoku's story, the value of his character is only generated by his actions in short moments that we had. And even in those short moments, he proved that he was dutiful and devoted to his cause. So much so that he never feared dying for it. Without having any information or background on Rengoku, only knowing that he was the Flame Hashira, it was easy to see that this would be a great motivator for the gang. It was never extensively explained why he became a demon slayer, or what happened to his mother and subsequently father in the aftermath. There wasn't even a reaction to his father removing himself from his Hashira position. And despite comparatively having no story about Rengoku, the only thing we are actually certain of is that nothing stood in the way of his goals. So no matter what it was that happened in his life, no matter what it was that stood before him, we knew that he was going to accomplish what he wanted. And I believe that by removing almost crucial parts of a character background, telling the story of Rengoku is anime's greatest untold story.